I know this looks like another show, but it's not. This is Fight Circuit. Welcome to it, fighting game fans. So first things first, I want to say Deathstroke is in Injustice. If you guys don't know what Injustice is, let me explain it to you. Injustice is the new fighting game being developed by none other than NetherRealm Studios, the awesome studio behind Mortal Kombat 9, who actually reinvigorated this series. Well, this game looks to be made almost on the same exact engine. A lot of the characters look like maybe they're rehashes of the same characters. Who knows? I didn't get too much hands-on time with the game, but the game does look pretty cool. So let's get into Deathstroke himself. Deathstroke himself looks a lot like Deadpool. And before you crucify me, I know that he came out before Deadpool. He's a more serious mercenary. He has guns, he has swords, but from what I can tell you is from what I've seen from the short trailer they showed, from the small little snippets, that he seems to be a zoning type character. He has up gunshots and low gunshots, similar to what you've seen with Deadpool and, you know, maybe Liu Kang. Maybe his character's based off Liu Kang. I'm just making stuff up right now. But what I do know is that all his moves seem to knock your opponent full screen away. So he's definitely going for the zoning tactics rather than some Oki. All right, next up we have IPL announces they're in the game. Yes, IPL is coming to the FGC. Be happy, all right? It's always good news to have more people involved, and IPL is offering a lot of money along with Capcom. We know this is coming in the air. People have been hearing rumors about it, but it's finally true. Capcom and IGN have finally officially announced that they're including both Street Fighter and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and they're guaranteeing lots of money and a lot of events happening throughout next year, and hopefully some big events cutting through much of the fat so you won't see any of the scrubby matches and getting right to the top tier matches right away. So if you guys are out there, you know, always want to be a top player and make a career out of it, well, you got your shot, and you better start practicing, because IPL starts very soon and next year is not that far away. And for you Marvel guys, don't lose hope. Maybe something can happen in the future, but as they announced, there's no updates coming, so maybe a little grim. But besides that, esports, I can't wait. Cut through the fat. All right, next up, NEC 2013. First thing I want to say is this event was pretty amazing. Just from the character roster, we had a East Coast representative, we had West Coast, we had South, and we even had Canada. You know, shout outs to be an amazing player. But I have to just address this because this is not addressed anywhere else. The stream sucked, to be quite frank, and it sucked that it dropped so many times. You know, when it was working, it worked really well, but there was times where, you know, after 30 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, we'll see the stream drop, and, you know, I mean, it's hard to keep your, you know, attention there. It's hard to keep your insight on the matches if the stream keeps dropping, and it sucks to see this because we've had streams like Evo, which are amazing, and each stream we offer, you know, if we have big players like IPL coming, we've got to make our stuff that much better, you know, so each stream we offer should be getting better. I don't know who to blame for this one. I don't want to blame Big E because he'll beat me up. But besides that, I know there's money to be made from these streams. There's revenue streams. So why don't you look ahead? Better planning next time, guys. Thanks. All right. Next up, let's talk about what actually happened at NEC 2013 on the Street Fighter side. So on the Street Fighter side, we had an amazing top 8, and we had a new kid on the block. You guys probably be hearing about him. UIG's Knuckle Duster. Shout out to UIG. And he's been pretty awesome as far as how he's been placing, in the fact that he's actually a contender. And a kid his age, with the reactions he has, with the character, with the buttons he has, normals, it's going to be pretty darn scary. He's done it with Guile. He actually beat both Happy Medicine and Ricky Ortiz. Don't worry, Happy Medicine. Hopefully in AE 2013, they'll fix a matchup that's haunted Guile, Bison for ages. But for the same time, you know, he did take out Ricky Ortiz, which is a huge accomplishment. He ended up losing to Broken Tears Dominion in the finals, but, you know, Dominion just proved to be the better Guile player at the time. You know, shout outs to Dominion, shout outs to Broken Tear. Amazing performance. And speaking of Dominion, Dominion also got 3rd place in the UMVC 3 tournament. He also brought us one of the best matches. We'll talk about that later. But now, first and second went to both IFC, Yipes, and Chris G, beating out all of the invaders, all of the West Coast, and all of Canada. But what's cool about it, we finally get to see the run back we all were waiting for. But to be totally honest, I was a little bit disappointed because the character choices wasn't the exact run back. You know, maybe the sequel's not as good as the original, but I'm waiting for the real true run back. Well, what we did see was some awesome Wesker play, some awesome Nova play. A Doctor Strange team, mind you, Yipes did drop a lot of combos. Same on Chris' side, playing, you know, his original team. And we finally got to see, you know, Chris use his Virgil, Morgan, Doom team, which is, people are saying, might be the best team in the game. Hopefully, in the near future, we can get the true run back with Team White Boy and Team Morin Doom, featuring Virgil, mind my language. I'm sorry I did that. I just did that for Yipes. And congrats for Chris for taking first place, and IFC Yipes for taking second. Good stuff, guys. Can't wait to see more. Next up is Street Fighter 25th anniversary. The whole reason for this show and for me to rush it is this right here. Awesome things like this happening. Did I just say Daigo? No, I didn't. I'm saying it now. Daigo, Fudo, Daiminian, Ricky Ortiz, Ali Yoon, Justin Wong, and 2 Geefs. All right, shout outs to both Van Geef Snake guys. You guys did an amazing job, winning the West Coast qualifiers. And yeah, can't wait to see how you guys place. Me talk about what I think the actual matchups are next. But for now, this is the biggest event, of the year. I don't care what they say about Evo. Just the fact that they went throughout all the countries, got their best players, and got them together for one huge event for the celebration of the 25th anniversary of Street Fighter. You guys should, be happy about that. I can't believe it's been 25 years. But I want to give a huge shout outs to both Capcom and Matt Dahlgren specifically for making this awesome stuff happen. The only thing that can go wrong is if the stream sucks or the production sucks. And since we all know that Hans is a Robo Cap Cop, a Super Cap Cop, we should be fine. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to I Play Winner. All right. And next, we have my predictions of Street Fighter 25th anniversary. I love Double D, so I think there's going to be a Daigo and Daiminian finals, only because I've spoken to Daiminian and he seems like super focused about this, and I believe he's one of the best players we've ever seen in any game. I can't wait to see what he actually does. If he can get through Gamer B, I can see him doing really well, unless Daigo somehow picks his Yun. Who knows what can happen? Counter matches all day. Anything can happen, but the only real X factor that's really scaring me throughout all the brackets has to be Ali Yoon. The fact that he picks Cammy, the fact that he makes technology, the fact that he's so good. If Ricky Ortiz doesn't take him out early, he might just sweep the brackets and make it to grand finals. Winning the finals may be a little iffy, but definitely will easily get through his bracket. And pray for the 2 Geefs. Let's hope they make it the top 8, guys. I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's do this. And finally, Fingercramp and Capcom are holding a special little giveaway. Why not? Where huge things are happening in the community, let's support it. First thing, we have character DLC codes for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I know you want it. If you get the PS3 version, you also get the Vita version characters as well. So if you're looking to play with Brian and Lars, well, this is the place to get it. All you have to do that's it. Is follow Fingercramp, follow Capcom Unity on Twitter, and tweet this at us. SFXT is so hype. Hashtag Craigasm. Hashtag Fight Circuit. And that's it. Just for you guys. And we'll be giving out, I believe, 6 codes. We have 3 for each console. And next week we even have more giveaways. So if you're looking for some MVC Origins and, show your support, we'll probably be doing more giveaways throughout the show. But I want to thank Capcom, for the continued support of the community. I know we really appreciate it. And we're going to do good by these codes. We're the guys who get them. Hey. All right, guys, get ready for this up close and personal action with Seth Killian. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know. Hey guys, what's up? Hack here with an awesome guest today. I have the one and only Mr. Seth Killian. How are you today, Seth?
I'm doing good.
All right, good, because, I know this is late. I know everybody wants to hear what you think about fighting games, So I'm going to ask you a question. What makes a scrub? The mentality, the execution, what do you think? I know you wrote about this before, so, elaborate.
Yeah, I guess what makes a scrub? It's really a state of mind, and I guess maybe a refusal or inability to learn. I've seen some great players that have, not just, I don't have the best reactions in the world. I know there's a lot of great players that don't have the best reactions or anything in the world. Obviously, we've all seen stories about people with sometimes pretty severe physical handicaps, but they end up being pretty strong players anyway because they have the mentality necessary to adapt, and that's really what it comes down to.
Okay, so execution even off the bowl, like it doesn't matter to you, you think, or you think that's a factor as well?
It's a factor, but it's something that you can learn and practice. There's going to be some stuff that maybe you could never do, but there's not really that much of that. I think with practice, you're able to do almost any technique, but that's something that you can just grind on. The kind of stuff that I think holds a lot of people back from being a top player is not something you can really grind on unless you're aware of what you're trying to do. And I guess that's the difference to me between combos and executional kinds of things and more the mental game is that when you've got an executional technique or a combo or something that's hard to do that you're trying to do, you see the objective very clearly and you're aiming at it, and you know when you hit it, and you know when you hit part of it or not part of it, whatever that might be. But with the mind game, if you don't understand the mind game in the first place, you're never going to be able to get better at it.
Okay, cool. So you played this fighting game a long time ago. Not saying anything, but at the same time, since then the scene has grown a bit. As far as fans go. So what differentiates like a scrub player or a fan? Do you think a scrub is just somebody who's a player and a fan is just a critic, or elaborate on that? What would you think?
A scrub player versus a scrub fan,
or just a fan? Would you differentiate them, like someone who doesn't play but is just a critic? Like how we watch basketball games and we're like, oh, I could have told Pat Riley or whatever what to do. Wow, I'm referencing Pat Riley.
Well, yeah, no, I got you now. Yeah. Definitely, some of the fans. I mean, whatever. Sometimes people that are sports fans that are, know nothing or could never, shoot even a free throw. They might actually have really good ideas about trades or coaching changes or whatever it might be. So just because you don't play doesn't necessarily mean you can't understand a lot about the game. I do think it's hard to understand a lot about the game and understand sort of the mentality of top players without having been in some of those situations. So your understanding might be limited, but that doesn't mean you can't have a lot of super relevant things to say about large parts of the game, even if not 100% of the game.
Okay, cool. So as far as like like scrub tendencies and stuff like that, I read a lot of your articles, and I want to ask you like the whole revenge aspect of it. When you brought that up, I was like, that seems something like I would see like maybe a lesser player do. Like, oh, I just got hit by this flashy combo, I need to get my revenge right there. How'd you go about thinking about that and stuff?
Most of that stuff, I mean, you're definitely putting me in the Wayback Machine here.
Yeah.
But for as old as those articles are,
yeah, it still applies. I agree with
every single they vary a little bit, but every strategy article I see happen every single tournament and every top 8. You see the same mistakes, even from really great players. So getting revenge is just sort of a natural instinct that you have to fight down. I think at the top players, you see a little less of that.
Okay.
But, I was just at the Street Fighter 25th anniversary tournament here in LA, watched a great set between Snake Eyes and Justin Wong, and the whole match was down to another thing that I was talking about in those articles about critical points, which is just sometimes the best strategy is to stay out of a dangerous spot rather than to try and engage. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff in those articles, every single top 8. I can point out solid examples of same kind of stuff. So the game has changed a lot, but in a lot of ways, it hasn't changed a lot.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. Like that whole aspect, brought me to the thing. Like, do you like? I always bring this concept up a lot when I stream and talk about gaming, fighting game theories and stuff. Is like a life threshold. I feel like some like scrubs, you can say, or players like that, like their life threshold is. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that short section, but this is the end part of the show where we go over some of the community highlights, what's coming up with Fingercramp, and what's going on in general. If you look at the cool little icons, it kind of explains that we have the match of the week, we have the blow up of the week, and we're gonna have more shows as we go on. If you guys have any great ideas, send them over. All right, for the first community highlight we have is the Wiggle technology. Shout out to Latif and Razor. Latif has been making some awesome videos, but the latest one, he actually shows how to block an unblockable. Is that even possible? But he's done it. Basically, he demonstrates it with Rufus and Fei Long and a Viper and Guy, where you get the untechable knockdown, whatever the case is, and once you do the setup for the unblockable, the guy who's getting hit by the unblockable, Viper in the Guy case, you press left, right real fast. So coined a little Wiggle technology right now. I'm just saying it so everyone knows. Yeah, you either block or the move with. Shout outs to Latif. Check out his channel for more information on the actual unblockable technology. I hope more people elaborate on it, see if it's really true or not. But it's really cool to see that, AE is going to be having a more brighter future now that some of the BS might be going away. But speaking of BS, everyone's been crying over the fact that Morgan has an infinite with no TAC. I know people hate the character and what she's doing to the game, but it's only a matter of time before somebody figures this out or somebody steps up to the plate. The fact that a character so unknown is, doing infinite, mind you, don't be as scared as you think you are. It only takes 800k after like 8 reps. Doom can do that by himself. And the fact is, the loop's pretty hard since the actual height you have to be with the first loop of the actual combo. It's a little weird. So, you know, I'll try to zoom in on it, make a little bit clearer to you guys. But yeah, don't be so scared. I can't wait to see these games evolve more. These games are still growing up. They're still so new. So more technology, the better. Shout out to both of you guys. And I believe the technology was created by Crysis. Let me know if I got it wrong. But shout out to you, man. Amazing player. Next up, my match of the week definitely has to go to Yipes versus Dominion. We have a Wesker, we have a Magneto, we have a Dante versus Beautiful Joe, a Doctor Strange, and Morgan. And I know what you guys think about Morgan, but at the end of the day, it was a great set. Actually went to the last game. We got to see people not call out assists because Strange DHC was there. We got to see some clean Wesker play. I'm talking about some, you know, some two steps, some cross of crouching M's. It was so good. You know, not to say the grand finals was bad. It just was more hype match, and I'll love to see more of that kind of stuff. Next up, blow up of the week. You guys probably know who it's going to. It is, oh my god, it's Andre and Unknown's match. First up, the blow up definitely has to be the fact that Andre was up 6-2 and he still loses the set twice, actually, after the whole controversy with that happened last time. But my god, was that set random. The set was more random than playing I Spy with Stevie Wonder. I had nowhere else to insert that joke. I just wanted to do it. But the reason I bring this up, guys, I know there's a rivalry, but if you're going to keep making us watch that, if you're going to keep making us watch drop combos, because we know you're good, we know you're a lot better than what you're doing, you need to perform, man, and you have like 7,000 people watching, step up to it, all right? Yeah, blow up of the week, get it, and please stop. All right, next up, new FGC content coming. Don't worry, Chris will be back in Reign Supreme against the online internet's coming soon. Sorry, just been a bit busy, been producing, editing, writing the show, and hosting it now. Hey. Besides that, follow Hack is back on Twitter. That is my personal Twitter. You can send me all the garbage you want to my Twitter. Anything you want to say, anything improvements you need to make, hacking, shave your beard, wherever the case is, you send it there. Follow at Fingercramp. We also have a Fight Circuit Twitter, but follow that too. Why not? Because that's where the updates for all the fighting game content. Fight Circuit is our new YouTube channel if you guys haven't seen it. And you know, also support Capcom Unity. Don't forget about our contest. The more you guys support, you know, the bigger the prizes we'll get. I'll guarantee that. You know, we got this Capcom looking down on us, and they're showering us with gifts. Why not take it, right? And so, you know, follow Capcom Unity, follow Fingercramp for all the latest, greatest fighting game news. And shout out to everybody who helped make this possible. Take care, guys. Peace.